So Johan, you were talking about mental health and how working out is not just about looking good physically,
Yes.
but how it really goes hand in hand with mental health and how it
Exactly.
really helps you to have a healthy state of mind.
Definitely. How you can overcome depression, which is a big issue right now. So I think up to the certain research that they have done, Sri Lanka has become one of the main countries who has a lot of suicides.
Yeah.
So I think number one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
And it has increased in males more than women now.
women. It
more
was
than
back in
females.
days. It should be. It has
Yeah.
been females. Now it has
Yeah.
become males. Actually, what happens when you start working out? You are putting up positive energy to you. So the chemicals in your mind is focusing in something else than focusing on what not that you have or the negativity. So you always concentrate on the positivity that you have.
Stress, anxiety, self-esteem, these kind of things, this like the energy levels that you were talking about. So the stress, anxiety and those levels are low. When you work out, it's also a chemical, right? These feelings that we have is also a chemical. So when you work out, the levels rise up.
Right.
So when it rises up, it gives you more
A feel-good
factor.
Many mothers who've just given birth may experience depression, and this is a known fact.
Yes.
But maybe it is not as known as it should be in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
What is the connection between working out, being fit, and depression?
The mother also goes through baby blues. It's called a period of baby blues, where the first 8 weeks, everyone is getting used to this new thing that's happening in their life, right? So sleepless nights, tired, overwhelmed, exhausted, like you don't know if you're doing the right thing, because there's always someone telling you that's wrong, that's not the way you're doing it, this is not the way you're supposed to do it. But everyone's getting used to a new environment. So the first 8 weeks is fine, those are called baby blues. But beyond that, if you go and if you keep thinking that this is not what I want to do, this is not right, I don't like my baby anymore, if you're getting suicidal thoughts, like I just want to leave everything and walk away, that's when it comes to postpartum depression.
Welcome everyone, you're watching Conversations with Alanki. In today's episode, I will be joined by 2 young, inspiring individuals who will talk all about fitness. But not just about fitness in general, but about why fitness should be a part of your life and why it should be a lifestyle. Now, there are many misconceptions about prenatal workouts. So to talk about it, I will be joined by Jessica from FHIIT. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi, Alanki.
So for those of you who are not aware, Jessica is one of the co-founders of FHIIT and she conducts prenatal workouts. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. Jessica, something I realized is, at least in Sri Lanka, there are many misconceptions and misunderstandings about prenatal workouts. What is the reason for this?
So I think it's purely based on our culture. Like we're so backward in certain things that one of the things that have been brought down in generations is that if you are pregnant, you should stop everything. Literally, they don't tell you that you have to stop living, but basically they avoid you from doing every single thing. So that's a very bad misconception, and like it's actually, there are proven scientific things that is wrong about it. And going on with the conversation, I would like to share some information about it as well. But right now, it's purely based on our culture.
And many are of the opinion that it's not safe to work out when you're pregnant. Is this true?
It's actually not true. And I would boldly tell it anywhere. It's not true, because the only reason everyone's scared to do this is because they think they're going to harm their baby. But that is because you don't understand, or you don't know, you don't have the knowledge, you're not aware of what's happening in your body. So you think whatever I do is going to like hurt my baby. And then you get like your family background, your parents, your spouse, people around you, your society, your culture telling you, no, you can't do this, it's going to hurt your baby. And them being scared, being unaware of what's happening in their body. If they want to wear a high heel, the basic, very simple example, if you want to wear a heel, you can't do it because you think you're going to harm your baby. Even if you want to pick up something from the ground, you can't do it, you think you're going to hurt your baby. So the fear is the main reason why prenatal exercises are not practiced in Sri Lanka most of the time.
And that's probably one of the reasons why you see many women in Sri Lanka who are pregnant and who probably had an active lifestyle before, who used to work out but stopped working out once they're expecting.
That's right. Yeah.
Is this because of a misunderstanding? What is the truth behind it? Is there any truth behind it?
Yes, there is definitely. So if you take 100 women, only 25 women out of those women after they get pregnant would work out. 75 of them would not do it. First, I'm sorry to say this, but even the doctors that we have right now, they don't encourage working out while they're pregnant as well. So like as a woman, you would trust your gyno. Right? You would be, if the doctor tells you, no, you're not supposed to work out, then you would trust him because you know that's the best thing, best advice you're going to get. So likewise, we are putting so much fear in women to say, if you're pregnant, this is what you need to do. Stop doing everything else in your life. This is the only thing you need to do. Just take care of a baby. Don't even think about yourself. It's only about your baby. So that fear keeps implementing in you every time. And by yourself, you keep telling yourself, okay, I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. So right now, it's going to take a long time for us to get used to that whole culture. But slowly, we should do it.
Many would say things like, it's just 9 months. You've just got to not work out for 9 months and then you can always work out after that. How important is it that mothers who are expecting look after themselves?
Okay, so in pregnancy, there are some changes that happens to your body, right? First thing is weight. Every month you gain at least 1 kg and that's healthy. But in Sri Lanka, a lot of women don't gain only 1 kg. The first month you gain 3, second month you gain 5. So it's a very unhealthy weight gain, right? Then second thing is there is a thing called gestational diabetes. That is at the 3rd trimester, the mom goes through a period of diabetic and that could long last forever. It doesn't stop after you deliver your baby, right? Like that. Then the posture issues. When you're standing, how your back is supposed to be. So these things can be avoided if you actually work out. But if you just sit, get up, go to work, eat, drink, come back, sit in your car, do the same thing every day, you're just damaging your skeletal, right? It's supposed to be in a certain way, but when your growing baby comes in front, your back turns back as well. So because of that, we are going to get a lot of issues later on in life, especially weight gain. After weight gain, after that period, if you don't work out throughout that period, you're going to take a lot of time to lose that weight. So it's going to cause a lot of issues mentally and physically if you don't work out throughout that period.
And when you talk about how it impacts a mother mentally, many mothers who've just given birth may experience depression, and this is a known fact. But maybe it is not as known as it should be in Sri Lanka. What is the connection between working out, being fit, and depression?
So every mom and dad actually goes through a period after the baby is born. So the baby is new to the environment, the mother is new to the environment, and the dad as well, right? So the mother also goes through baby blues. It's called a period of baby blues, where the first 8 weeks, everyone is getting used to this new thing that's happening in their life, right? So sleepless nights, tired, overwhelmed, exhausted, like you don't know if you're doing the right thing because there's always someone telling you that's wrong, that's not the way you're doing it, this is not the way you're supposed to do it. But everyone's getting used to a new environment, so you keep judging yourself and you keep like thinking to yourself, am I doing the right thing? Is this right for my baby? Is this right for my family? Is this right for my husband? Like, what's going on with me?
Right.
So you keep thinking like that and you get all negative thoughts to yourself, right? So the first 8 weeks is fine. Those are called baby blues. But beyond that, if you go and if you keep thinking that this is not what I want to do, this is not right, I don't like my baby anymore. If you're getting suicidal thoughts, like I just want to leave everything and walk away, that's when it comes to postpartum depression. The last of postpartum depression is the suicidal thoughts. But it could be identified by the closest people around you as well. If it's identified earlier on, it could be treated. If it's not, it's going to damage the entire unit of that family.
Do prenatal workouts help with postpartum depression?
Actually, yes. Yeah. So when you work out, there is this chemicals that is produced from your system, right? These are happy chemicals, right? So it's called serotonin, and that chemical comes out, then it gives you like very happy, energized, very positive thoughts, right? So when you work out, you feel good about yourself, and anything you do, you think positive about it. So the worst case scenario of depression is feeling so lethargic, so lazy. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything. But once you wake up and do a simple exercise, just 30 minutes for a day, that's more than enough. It gives you those hormones that will energize you and make your life more positive. And you look at things positively. So then that depression thing just smoothly just flows away, and you feel so energized every day when you wake up in the morning. Everything you see is going to be happy
You're
about
more
it.
prepared to face life.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
And finally, with regards to this topic, prenatal workouts, what exactly are prenatal workouts like?
So it's like this. Mostly what I do is, what they do is, what we have thought to do is to prepare you for a marathon. Slowly. The main expectation is how to deliver your baby, right? Once you deliver, how your body is going to react to those changes. That's what we do: strength training, core exercises, pelvic muscle exercises. There's one thing that no one talks about here anymore is the pelvic floor muscles, right? Which is a very important thing in our body. But this is what we do in prenatal exercises. We manage to help like the pelvic floor muscles and the core muscles together to work as a unit, so that your recovery will be faster and you will be able to tolerate the hardships of a motherhood. So those are the kind of things that we do.
All right. So Jess conducts prenatal workouts at FHIIT, and she's one of the co-founders of FHIIT. And I do think it's something very important, and this conversation was very important because I feel that most expectant mothers in Sri Lanka may neglect themselves simply because they misunderstand or have misconceptions about the topic. We will take a break, but after the break, we will be joined by Yohan. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Conversations, and joining me in this conversation right now is Yohan from FHIIT. He is one of the main faces behind FHIIT and is the co-founder of FHIIT. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Usually you make me work out, but for a change, I'm going to be interviewing you.
Today is your turn to kill
Today,
me.
it's my day. So Yohan, tell me, you've been motivating a lot of people. You've been inspiring them. You've even been getting the laziest and most unmotivated people to work out, to be fit and healthy.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start this journey?
I think if I go back, it's going back to 8 years. So where I want to get into the fitness industry completely. So I actually started my business management also, and then I give up all of this because of the fitness. So what I see is just that fitness is not just a subject that where you look good factor. It's just that how well you can improve your mental health. It's very important because most of us, we don't see that part because we don't put a lot of effort into it. So when you look good, example, when I was at 110 kilos at one point, the moment I stopped swimming, then I put on so much of weight and I went to 110 kilos. And when you're in dark skin, that you can't wear a lot of colors you want to. So the only choice that I had was white and black. So the feel good factor, how it comes to me when you come to mental health, It's just that I was thinking I can't wear any of the clothes that I want to. I can't dress up whatever I want to. I look ugly on a lot of clothes. So the perception of looking at fitness changed at that point for me. So the moment you get better looking, your confidence level peaks up. In the same time, you get confident. The more you get confident, whatever the work you do, whatever the industry that you are in, you're going to perform well. Why? Because your mental health is at a point. So me getting that 8 years dream and coming up today and motivating a lot of people and gives me more support to go beyond what I want to do, helps to start this entire journey. And I have started converting more than 1,500 lives up to now. So it's inspired me when they come and say, Johan, I have changed. Johan, the thing is, most of the people who have come to me and have said to me, that happiness, that satisfaction, you can't buy it from the money, So it's the feel-good factor overall. So getting into fitness industry is one of the things that the way that I help people so then they can look better and they can be confident in mental health. So it inspired me. Every single morning I get up in the morning and I think how to change someone's life. Every day that I come in the morning, I always feel energetic, even the last session to the first session to the last session. So it's a different lifestyle when I come there.
So you wake up every morning and you feel energetic. Not everyone feels this way. How do you motivate yourself?
See, it's just that, the science says if you sleep in a bad mood, it's just that the first half an hour in your day or the first hour on the day, it will be bad for you, even if you get up in the best mood of yours. But it's how you sleep in the night as well. So for me, every time when I go to sleep, so it's just a motivation that I have, and I get up with the same motivation thinking that, okay, today I'm going to change someone. Today I'm going to kill someone. Basically, that's the first thing that I come up.
You do that every day.
Exactly. I mean by the word. And certain days, if I pumped and if I'm listening to good music and if I'm just, dancing around, that's going to be a good day for the people who come. That means they're going to die. So finding the motivation is the most hardest thing for a lot of people. Why? Because we run through a day-to-day life work and you come home, you are tired and you don't want to do anything else. So getting up in the morning with a good motivation is much needed to achieve any kind of your dreams, irrelevant of whether you're in fitness, whether you're in any kind of industry. It's just that getting up in the morning and looking towards your goal, irrelevant of what time you take. It's just that your focus should be in one thing and you should work for it. So for me, when I get up in the morning, I have only one dream: to change people's life. So every day when I get up in the morning, I think, okay, Johan, you're going to change someone today. It can be number on the weight, it can be look-wise on the weight, or mental health, or talk to someone and make them feel good, or in the other ways, help someone with the words. So it can be anything. So for me, motivating someone motivates me.
So Johan, you were talking about mental health and how working out is not just about looking good physically,
Yes.
but how it really goes hand in hand with mental health and how it
Exactly.
really helps you to have a healthy state of mind.
Definitely. Yes.
But this is not something that is really known. Most
Yes.
people just work out to look good.
Yes.
What are the other numerous benefits that
My
people
God.
actually get from working out?
See, exactly what you said is right. So for me, I put it in a different terms. Like, how can I say it? Is like, a person who works out, getting up in the morning or coming in the evening to the gym on to the particular time, that means that person has discipline. So for me, to achieve anything in your life, the first thing that you have to have is discipline. So through working out, the basic thing that you will learn is discipline, even to keep a diet. So a person who's dieting, like example, back in days when I was working at HSBC, I'm surrounded with a lot of young crowd. So where you eat whatever you get it, basically you get
So much of
cakes, you get
treats.
so much of treat in HSBC. So I have to make sure that, I have to have that discipline to say no to the amazing cakes that you get around you and to, stick with what you are
How
into.
do you do that? Because
Trust me, it's really
that is a
hard.
struggle I face. If I see cake or if I see something sweet, I I don't
Just
know
go
how
for
to
it.
say no. I just go for it.
Yeah.
So it's just that I think we have to be more focused on what we are doing,
What we want, isn't it?
and when you understand that this is what we want, so then easier to avoid things that you don't want. Saying that I implement a certain theory is actually on the conversation we can talk about it. So where we call it 50-50 theory. So
Yes.
I will talk about that also. So certain things is just that how you look at it, and to decide whether I should do this, if I'm doing this is for me or not for someone else. So if you want to come from 1 to 2, you have to upgrade yourself. So it's just a self control. So I think that is one of the main things that I have learned through fitness. And not only that, it's just that how you can overcome depression, which is a big issue right now. So I think up to the certain research that they have done, Sri Lanka has become one of the main countries who has a lot of suicides.
Yeah.
So I think number 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
And it has increased in males more than women now.
women, it
more
was
than
back in
females.
days it should be it has
Yeah.
been females, now it has
Yeah.
become males actually. So one of the main reason that you can do is you can overcome depression with this. So what happens when the mental health is at a place where you are confident, where you are know what you are doing, so then depression can overcome easily. So what happens when you start working out, you are putting up positive energy to you. So the chemicals in your mind is focusing in something else than focusing on what not that you have or the negativity. So you always concentrate on the positivity that you have. So
And you
and it's
motivate yourself to get out of the
exactly
comfort zone.
exactly.
Yeah. So
And
it's like, sorry, adding up to that, like stress, anxiety, self-esteem, these kind of things, this like the energy levels that you were talking about. So the stress, anxiety, and those levels are low. When you work out, it's also a chemical, right? These feelings that we have is also a chemical. So when you work out, the levels rise up.
Right.
So when it rises up, it gives you more
a
feel
feel-good
good
factor.
factor.
So basically,
That's how
that
we overcome
feel-good
it.
factor is where change everything. So when we work out, even though the workout can be hard or easy, whatever it is, when you sweat out, when you feel that you have done a workout, that feel-good factor change the entire look of it. So the main scientists, even in Harvard, they say that working out, it can be overcome your depression. So which is really, really, really important for us, because how we look at it when you come to work out, oh my God, today we have to go to gym. Other things have to be priority. So I think health is number 1 priority. So why it's important, we have to talk about that as well. So I think the other good factor that we can name it as overcoming depression, how well we can overcome depression. And that has been, I've been had a lot of patients who had depression, so who have gone to suicide, which I have helped them. So through the working out, not that a tablet or a medicine that we have given, is just that how you teach to them to do
To love yourself
love
first.
yourself first and to overcome these issues. So these things actually we don't talk much, but I think these should be
Address
being
more, isn't
addressed
it?
more.
Yeah.
And I think especially the doctors also have to encourage these things, especially in youngsters, because now what I feel is most of the youngsters, they try to give up on certain things. If you start in certain areas, they quickly change the subject. They want to change it. So you have to have that habit where you will go for one goal no matter what comes to you.
And you'll stick to it.
You stick to it. So that is very important. So these 2 factors for me has done so much of things. Keeping yourself fit, keeping yourself looking good in front of the mirror, into a clothes, it's
That's
really
actually
good.
external benefits.
Those are the
of it,
external
isn't it?
benefit, but inner beauty, as in your mental health, your heart. And it's not just that, low blood pressure issues, high blood pressure issues, all of these things can overcome. Diabetes, these things can overcome, like people who've been obesity. So one of the main issues in USA, even in Sri Lanka, we are used to those things, because nowadays we are into fast food, right? So we grab whatever we have and we eat and we go. We never think about nutrition. Back in days, we used to take our food from home. I can't remember the time that I have had my lunch from school canteen because it used to be prepared and go to the school. But nowadays it's just very easy, fast food. You just go buy things and you just eat. But whereas the nutrition, there is no nutrition in it. So in that way, our health we have put secondary, our
Everything
health,
else is first.
and we have think about making money more. So even to make money, your health had to be good. So I think, in my view, I think it should be number one should be the health. So talking about that, so these are the main factors why I think other than
Why being fit is
why
so
being
important.
fit is important.
And your brand is called Fit.
Definitely.
Jessica, I would like to ask you, obviously when you want to lose weight or if you want to lead a healthy lifestyle, it's not just working out. You also got to have a balanced, nutritious diet.
Yes.
How important is this? Because some people think that working out alone would suffice.
Yeah. So you could even lose weight if you manage your food properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to do a strenuous workout. Yes, you will feel good after you do a strenuous workout, when you sweat, when you see the calories on your watch, like when your heart rate is here, you will feel good. But you don't need to do all that if you want to lose weight either. So if you manage your macros and micros accordingly to your body weight and your height and what you want to achieve. So it's called a calorie deficit, am I right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So if you want to lose, like, say example, if you're 60 kg and you want to lose, say, come up to 55, you don't drastically drop what you're eating. There's a gradual process. Say you reduce 10% of what you're eating, the intake, because your body needs that energy to run, to do the day-to-day things. But if you're not working out, it's okay. If you're working out, you need to put more energy, more food into your system, right?
Right.
So if you're going on a calorie deficit and you want to do a drastic change in your body, then you need to drop 10%, 15%,
Gradually.
20%, like that. You don't do a drastic change like that. Am I right
Yeah.
here?
So
Yeah.
actually, we came up with a theory called 50-50
Yeah, I was
theory.
just
Yeah.
going to ask you that.
Okay.
So what I find very interesting about Johan's advice is that many people often feel that, okay, when you're on a diet or when you're working out, you've got to give up your favorite
Yeah.
little snacks or,
Yes.
Yeah.
or in my case, it's cake. But you always say, no, life is about a balance. It's
Yes.
a 50-50 balance.
Exactly.
Explain.
Yeah. So the 50-50 theory, what I mean by that is basically you shouldn't do over. So as in now say, we shouldn't eat up to here. We can satisfy self eating up to here. So basically, if you are a person who eat 10 slices of pizzas, I say, go for 5.
Yeah.
Not that you're not dying without the food.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah.
you're satisfying the thing that you like to eat. And in the same time, you're eating what you want and you're keeping the calorie low
So
as
have a
well.
limit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what we have to understand, as Jessie said, how much calorie you intake and how much calorie you burn. That's the science. So it's given in the books. It's given all over the world. So
Proven
it's proven
scientifically,
science.
yeah.
So there is no such thing that it's. But how I see it, like we have low carb diet, no sugar diet, different type of diet. What we have done through that is basically, some people are okay with to go with low carb diet. Some people are okay
Yeah.
to go with keto diet. Some people are prefer to have salads. So it's a different type of meals which count to low calories, and then they have prepared it. So whatever the way it works, whatever the way it's
You
suitable
like
for
it,
you,
isn't it? Yeah.
you will select and do it. But
Yeah.
for me, how I look at it, while you're eating your favorite food, how to lose weight. So that is the magic with us. So what we do is, what we say is, have your cake, that's fine, but don't eat the entire cake.
Yeah.
So the amount of calories you intake, say example, the entire cake, okay, best part. Now, even if you take that 50 rupee chocolate biscuit packet, you have 950 calories.
Oh, wow.
What's
So
your
now-
favorite cake?
Ribbon cake.
Ribbon cake. So
Do you know how much calories is in one?
I don't want to know. But yes, please tell me.
so it's close to 700 calories.
One slice
Yes.
of
So
ribbon
That
cake.
triangular
Exactly.
piece.
Oh my goodness.
So the best part is
How
now
much
the
do you have to
chocolate
work
biscuit.
out to burn that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you need to think.
So now
Right.
see, even if you're a person who do day-to-day life work, so your body itself burn around close to 2,500 3,000 calories
Yes.
anyway. Just to even sit and wait, you burn.
Yeah, to
To
talk.
talk, you
Yeah.
burn. Even if you play chess, you
Still you're
waste a
burning
lot of energy in
energy.
your mind.
All right.
So you will burn a lot of fat, lot of energy. So it's not
That's
just
something I didn't know.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just that.
She's gonna sit and play
You
chess
have to
now.
work out to burn calories. You can sit and burn calories, but
Yes.
it's the way that you do it. So what happens when you keep doing the same thing over and over time period, you are getting stagnated. So then your body is used to it. So the body is not going to react onto it. Why? Because it has used to it so long, and then we go for something called weight plateau. It's a known factor. So, and the world most famous, the most success, the most divining
Results
magic,
driven for sure.
results driven magic is talking about the intermittent fasting. Why? Because we keep the body for 16 or 18 or 20 hours without food. So the body have to find energy. So now when the energy is not there, then what happened? Now the food energy is not there. The second source of energy is fat energy. So the fat will convert to energy and circulate throughout your body. So that's why this intermittent fasting is working like magic, because your body needs energy. That particular time period, your body doesn't have any of the food source.
So it gets the energy from the fat. Right.
So they say the new
Actually,
researchers,
one of the oldest
oldest
diets since
which is
cave age.
Yeah, that's one of. Now,
Yeah.
even if you ask
A hunter.
a human supposed to eat 3 meals, if I ask you a question, do you think a human supposed to eat 3 meals?
Well, traditionally.
Traditionally,
Yes.
exactly. Now, if you go back to our back in days, our
When people used to
ancestors,
hunt.
we used to hunt. So some days we just keep the food. We eat only one meal and keep them.
Yeah.
So they just survive. Example, a lion. They hunt when they're hungry only. Even if they're not hungry, even a deer pass by, they're not going to hunt because there is no need. With humans, what has happened now,
We have
even though you're
created
not
it.
hungry, if you see a nice cake here, oh, let me try this. It's nice
I'm
to take
guilty.
nice to take a piece. That is where we go wrong.
Right.
That is where we go wrong. So 50-50 theory teach you these things, when to have it and when not to have it. And in this theory, we talk about you have what you like to have, in the same time, how to, control that. Not to have it, how to control it.
Not to overdo it.
Not to overdo it.
Okay, a quick question from both of you. What is your favorite diet?
Definitely intermittent
Fasting.
Yeah.
That's what's worked best for you.
I used to do these crazy things where I want to put on up to 150 kilos and lose it within 2 months, and I was telling her, so I want to do this. So then she was like, now look, when someone comes to gym, you can't look 150 kilos
first?
and they think, this is a guy who's going to train me. So let's not go there right now. But I have done that. Actually, I have gone up to 95 kilos and I've lost within 10 days to back to 78.
Oh, wow.
Within 10 days.
Yeah.
So I do that, because to show that anyone can achieve with right amount of food and right amount of workout.
Okay.
So everything is possible. It's just that how we think about it. Like, if you think, this is not going to work. Oh my God, it's impossible because I'm fat. I don't know why it's on the first place. People call it fat, because for me, whatever the size you are looking good. You are at your best. You're at your peak. But there is always the room to improve yourself, to become the ultimate best, to become the great. So if you want to become great, you have to do great things. So sacrifice things.
All right, moving on to the final question, Jess. Is there any advice you'd like to give out to, because we spoke about prenatal workouts and how important it is that the expecting mother looks after not just the baby, but herself as well.
Yeah.
What advice would you like to give out to all those mothers who might be watching this, who are expecting?
Yeah. So first of all, I need to tell them that they need to love themselves first. Only if you love yourself that you will be able to project that energy and that love towards your baby and your family.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you are to follow a prenatal program, you should go with a professional and someone who knows what they are doing, who has studied it, because not your gyno is not going to help you with it purely because they haven't been thought about it. There's no wrong in what they're doing. It's just because they haven't thought about it. So go with a professional, and yes, you are safe to do your prenatal programs if you don't have any complications, but start early so that you won't have any ups and downs later on at postpartum.
And
So-
even to adding that, actually, what I was thinking to say is like, it's very important to, work out while you are pregnant. It's just that it's a big taboo topic that,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like to talk because in Sri Lanka. So I think in working out helps your baby as well without knowingly. So it's very important to be fit during that time period. So a lot of people think, it's just putting weight, you have to eat good food, enjoy whatever the food that you get. No, you have to walk a lot, you have to work out a lot. You can do most of the things that a normal person do. It's just
Yeah.
that the latter part is going to be a bit of, hard time. But in the beginning, you can work out as a normal person. There are people who
Yeah.
have done deadlifts with heavy weight.
Yeah.
They do squat, they do gymnastic
Yeah.
while you're
Yeah.
pregnant. So now in Sri Lanka, if you say gymnastic while you're pregnant,
Yeah, no
that will
chance.
be like, okay, what
Is she
she's
crazy?
talking, what they
Yeah.
are talking. So you have to understand your body. You have to go to a person who will understand and guide you in a proper way, because prenatal can have complication. That can come with complication. Once you're pregnant, there are things that complicate you as well in your body. And after giving birth, there can be complications. So,
Yeah.
so when you go to the right person, they will help you out to understand. And so we actually have found a lot of doctors from 9 ways who have promote fitness,
Yes.
which has been giving
A
good
yeah,
feedback,
good
because
feedback actually.
they say have to work out, after the baby. It's just that you have to from the right next day, if I say to yourself, because when you become a mother, that is not end of the life. That is where you start the
Start.
life. So
Yeah.
marriage, after marriage and giving birth to a kid, that is the time that you have to look good. And that is time you have to look better because you are a mother. So you have to look good for your kid. So that is the time you have to invest for yourself. So I think adding to her
Yeah.
topic, working out in
It's very
prenatal and
important.
postnatal is
Yeah.
very important.
And finally, Johan, what advice would you give to those who are watching this? Those who want to be fit, who want to be healthy, but don't have the motivation.
See, we all have that motivation. It's just that how we are finding it. So if you are a parent, if you are a I'll give you one good example. There is this one guy who came to my gym, and his only reason why he want to work out because he want to play with the kid.
Yeah.
Right
Not to
now
get too
he can't
tired.
run when the kid
Yeah.
is running. He can't run behind the kid. He's panting. He don't have that fitness level. This guy used to be one of the fittest back in days when he's schooling, and now he can't run even with the kid, and he's panting. So for him, that worried. So for him, what he said, Johan, I want to run with the kid. I want to play with my kid. That can be one of the motivation. Motivation can come in different ways. See, what we say is like, we all work. We all work for money. We all want money, and we want to grow from B to A. We have to go up. So even how much, one of the chairmen have actually said this on an interview. The question was, if you can go back
What
in
would
your
you
life,
change?
what would you change?
Yeah.
This person says, I would invest on
More on my
more
health.
in your health, because end of the day, how much money you're surrounded with. Now say if I want to go to New Zealand and watch a rugby match, if my health condition is not well, how much money in the world I have, I can't go because my health condition is poor. So working out can be help you for your health condition. You can be fit, you can travel, you can climb a mountain, you can do a swim, you can travel the world. When you have that time, you can earn money. As much as you earn, you have to enjoy the money as well what you have earned. So if you can't travel, if you can't do what you like to do, then for what you earn money? So the question is, why do you want to live? Is just to earn money or just to enjoy as well? So I say it's my personal advice for the people who are watching this show: invest time on your health. It can be 20 minutes, it can be 15 minutes, it can be hour or a half an hour. It's very important. So that's my best advice I can give. So investing on the health is very important. So I think everyone have a reason. It's just that how we are finding it, is the most important part. It can be your kid, it can be your even parent, or it can be yourself. The best thing is for yourself. So even if you are a person, it can be the most busiest person in the world. Even the Pope can work out, even if the president of USA or even our country president, if they can work out, we can't say, we can't work out. So we can't give excuses. Excuses are for the people who don't want, to do things. So that's how I find it. If you want to do things, you will actually find at least 10 minutes or even 15 minutes to do a workout.
So it's all about your
Yeah.
priorities.
You have to know how to put your priorities, because if your health is not there on point, there is no, actually for me, I don't think there's better results when you go older. If you're sitting on a wheelchair, if you can't
Yeah.
walk, if you are diabetes, if you are, say, imagine you're at 60s and now you want to have an amazing cake and you have diabetes. The doctor said, no, you can't. So what you're going to do? So do you want to go to that level? When you're nowadays getting heart attack in young age, getting diabetes in young age, it's very common.
Yeah.
At 14, 13-year-old,
Yeah.
getting heart attack. So back in days, those used to call old people's disease.
Yeah.
So now it has become young people. So you can avoid all of these things. You invest on the health, irrelevant of where you go, irrelevant of what you do. Move your body without sitting. Because actually speaking, when we get up in the morning, we go to the washroom, sit. Then we go to the vehicle, sit. You go to the office, then again sit. We go for the breakfast, again sit. Go for lunch, sit. Come, get into the car, sit. Come back home, sit in front of the TV. And
Sleep.
again go back to sleep. The entire lifestyle is sitting or sleeping. So
You're not active.
you are not active. So where is your body is moving? We don't. So always there's a purpose. There's always motivation. It's just that you have to find through it. What's the reason?
All right. Thank you very much for this conversation, Johan and
Thank you for
Jess.
having
I
us,
do
Alanki.
feel that this was a very profound and important conversation, not just for mothers who are expecting, but for everyone in general. Because fitness should be, it's not just about losing weight, it's not just about looking good, but it's also about feeling good and making fitness a lifestyle. So thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
It was my pleasure. And I will be back with a new episode very soon. Until then, stay safe and take care.